So do you have what it takes to be in my team? You've got to have your FIFA game on point. Who's winning the tournament then?
I'm winning the tournament. I'm winning the tournament, man. Come on.
Hi and welcome along to AFTV News Daily. Glad to have you guys on board. That little ad there's for the FIFA tournament that we're doing. If you want to get involved in that, you can still enter. The link is in the description, all right? So get involved in that right now. But thanks for coming along today. We're here with you a bit earlier today at 6 o'clock. Apologies for that. But I have to go and be doing about 2-3 other things later on. So have to come to you a bit earlier tonight. And we've got a very special guest with us tonight, the ever controversial Lee Gunner in the building. How you doing, bro?
You say that every time I come on. I'm not controversial, man. People just don't like a different opinion. That's
the last time you was on here, mate. Everybody wanted to kill you. Well, the Özil fans wanted to murder you.
Mate, well, that's nothing new, is it? Let's be real. I've been saying that for 4 years about him, but don't trigger me
again. Don't start again on Özil. Don't start. Right? I'm trying to help you tonight. You know? Yeah. Thanks for coming on. And how you been doing?
I'm good, man. Now it's less than 2 weeks till football's coming back. It's like the days are coming a little bit quicker now. Like this 3 months, like I was saying to my girlfriend earlier, like, so this last 3 months have flown by for me because I've been work. So if you haven't been working, it must have dragged. But for me, I've just been busy. So, and it's my birthday tomorrow as well.
Is it? Oh, happy birthday.
I'm 21 tomorrow. So no, I'm 38 tomorrow. I actually share my birthday with Kieran Tierney, which is kind of funny. But yeah, it's my birthday tomorrow. So yeah, I'm going to have a few drinks tonight. Not too many, but hopefully I won't wake up with a sore head tomorrow because I'm still going to be working tomorrow.
Oh, so yeah. I hear what you're saying on it, man. I mean, I've had days where I'm like, hold on. Like, I'll speak to some of my mates and they're like, Robbie, I ain't got nothing to do, man. I ain't done nothing. I've just been in my PJs for the past 3 days. And I'm like, yo, bro, you know what I mean? I feel like I'm working harder now.
Yep. That's exactly what I said. Like, I've never worked this hard in my life. Yeah. Constantly keeping content flowing and stuff like that. It's been good because I've got the work rate anyway. Yeah. But maybe looking back at it, I was a little bit lazier before all this lockdown stuff. So it's given me that kick up the backside now to move forward, like when it's normal again, to keep going. So yeah, in a way, it's a favour, man.
The new normal.
The new normal.
The new normal is we're being keep reminded of. And as we know, it's not that long now. You know what I mean? Football will return back on the 17th of June. Arsenal actually have got some very significant parts to play in it coming back because not only are they going to be the first major game back, but they could also be the first ever televised game on a Saturday at 3 o'clock because the Brighton game looks like that's going to be on at Saturday at 3 o'clock on BT Sport. So looks, Arsenal really going to be at the forefront of this return. They were sort of the team that was the catalyst for it all ending because of what happened to Arteta. And then now they're the team that's really bringing it back in a big way. So also really going to be up there with what's going on.
Do you know what? It's kind of crazy, right? Because I remember going to bed the day before the Man City game was due. And I was really pumped up for the game. I thought, right, I'll go to bed, I'll have a nice early night, wake up in the morning, get ready, and then I'll obviously do what I'm doing on my channel and that, yeah? And I woke up and I must have had about 50 messages. The Arsenal game's been called off. I was like, what are all these people talking about? They called it off at like 1 in the morning, didn't they? It was like early hours of the morning, the game was called off.
I was up there.
You should have gone live.
I did. I was up there in Manchester. And obviously, I must have, when they made that announcement, I was sleeping. And then I woke up the next morning and then I heard it. I was like, what? And then I went down by the ground and I did a video live from outside.
Oh, I remember. Yes, you did. But yeah, that was kind of crazy. But, off of all these tests that they've been doing over the last few weeks, I think in the last round of testing, it was one player at Tottenham.
One player at Tottenham. 1,197 tests.
I mean, even one's too many, but at the same time, that's not a bad result, really, is it? When you think about how many have been tested. So I think it's right. It's coming back. It was always only going to come back when it was safe to do so. Let's be real. You know, we're not medical staff. Like we're not making these decisions. These are multi-billion-pound businesses. All of them teams, and then the Premier League, the FA, UEFA, FIFA. They're all massive businesses. They're not going to put lives at risk just for kicking a bag of air around, are they? So it was always going to be safe when it comes back. I'm glad. I'm buzzing it's coming back, Robbie. I can't lie, man. Yeah, watching that Bundesliga, Jesus Christ. Yeah, seriously, from 10th down, yeah, just stick them in a different league. Yeah, they're rubbish. Yeah, they're defending. It's like Keystone Cops defending. It's worse than Arsenal defending. Yeah. But yeah,
and we're looking to the Bundesliga for a lot of our defenders.
Oh, mate, yeah, well, put it this way. I was looking at Upamecano. I've watched him quite a few times, mate. That geezer looks extremely clumsy. Yeah, I don't know whether that's just because he's come back or anything like that. But yeah, he looks very clumsy. So yeah, hopefully, if we do get him, he's going to turn up and actually be a bit better. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm just kind of gutted we got City first game. And with Kevin De Bruyne, although Kevin De Bruyne's not in the best shape right now. Have you seen the pictures?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it should be good, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, going back on that German league, there was the other day we had Max on from he's a Dortmund fan. When the league sort of first came back, and I sort of run the rule over a lot of players that have been linked to us from Germany, and he also was saying Upamecano, yeah, he's good, but you guys are getting too carried away. Then there was other people like Jonathan Tye. He's like, nah, he's not ready for it. You know, makes too many mistakes. So when you sort of then start talking to somebody who's watches it week in, week out, you get a different perspective on it. You know. So
see, I think the thing is with us as a fan base is that we're so desperate to have a centre back that's class, like a Sol Campbell or a Tony Adams, or that ilk of that top draw player. That any player we're linked to that's half decent, we're going to boost them and say they're amazing anyway. Yeah. And when they come in, we'll give them a pass for a couple of mistakes, but then after that, we switch on them again, don't we?
Like here, Tom, he goes, we should go after Hossim Aouar. Now that Lyon are in financial trouble, he would be good in the Arsenal team, much better than Ozil, and he's still young. Love from Denmark, and he says BLM. But again, we don't know what Hossim Aouar will be like in the Premier League. It's like you said, looking at that Bundesliga, I agree with you. You know what I mean? The top teams, I'd say, obviously Bayern, Dortmund, Borussia Mönchengladbach look decent.
Yeah.
Bayer Leverkusen look a very good team. You know, there's about 5, but the rest of them I've been quite disappointed in. Leipzig are good. A lot of the others I've been like, boy. But then, having said that, maybe we're being a bit too harsh because, remember, these are guys that haven't played for quite a while. And it's the same in the Premier League. And I note today that the Premier League and the Premier League teams have agreed that they're going to have 5 substitutes in the games and 9 on the bench. And that, again, shows you the fact that they know that fitness is going to be a problem, no, isn't it? Yeah,
so I think it was Chelsea that lobbied for that. I read something the other day. I think it was Chelsea that put in for that. And then all the Premier League clubs voted today. And obviously they voted in favour. I think that's a good thing. Like I think it was Haaland for Dortmund. He went off injured the other day. A couple of other players have gone off injured. Just innocuous knocks as well. Like they've gone over just a nothing challenge and then they've gone off. And I do think that's the wise thing to do. And the fact that you can pick out 9 of your other players, I think that's a decent thing to do. They changed the law to make it 5, didn't they? They changed the rule on it so you can make it 5 in the game. But I think it was still out of 7 on the bench, wasn't it? So put 2 in. I think that's quality, yeah, because it gives the manager more choice. And like the thing is as well, is if you're coasting a game 5-0, yeah, I don't know when we last did that, but if we're coasting a game 5-0, and you can just go right, bang, 5 subs in one hit, yeah, but save them for the next game because we've got a lot of games coming thick and fast over the next 6 weeks from when it starts again. So that can only be a good thing, mate. Definitely.
Yeah, well, I'm looking at the Premier League provisional schedule that I've been given, right? So obviously our first game, Man City, 8 p.m. On Wednesday the 17th. There's a game just before that, Aston Villa versus Sheffield United. That's going to be the 6 o'clock kickoff. Then there's games on the Friday, Man United taking on Tottenham. That's on at 8 p.m. So that's the big game of that day. Then on the Saturday now, Brighton versus Arsenal, 3 p.m. on BT Sport. First game's going to be on Sky. Then Arsenal's next game after that, so they play there on the Saturday. Their next game after that is on the Tuesday when they play Southampton, 6 p.m. kickoff. And then followed up by, again, on the Saturday of that week then, they're then in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup against Sheffield United. Should they just have got rid of the FA Cup for the...
No. How dare you, Robbie?
Huh?
How dare you, Robbie? Get rid of the FA Cup. It's the best club competition in the world.
But, you know, I mean, you hear what I'm saying. We're squeezing that. They're having to play our game during the week just to make way for the FA Cup.
Okay, if we ended up winning the FA Cup this year, would you go, oh, yeah, we shouldn't have played it? Come on, man. It's the FA Cup. We've won it the most.
It's about getting those games done, isn't it? Getting the games. It's all about the Premier League and getting those games fulfilled.
Yeah, of course. But look, at the end of the day, everyone's on a level playing field right now. Yeah, literally everyone's on a level playing field. Yeah. So, yes, we may slightly be penalised because we're in that competition. But then the Champions League and the Europa League, they're going to get done as well, I think. So yeah. Wolves are still in the Europa League. Man United are still in the Europa League. There's other teams in the Champions League still as well. So, you know, I don't know, man. Like, at the end of the day, FA Cup to me, I love it, man. I love the FA Cup. We've won it so many times. So, I don't know. I think we should keep it. I think it's the right thing to do. I think it's the right thing that if you're going to come back and complete one competition, it should be you complete all competitions. Yeah, that's how I see it.
If you can. But you're flogging the players, isn't it? By now, you know, it looks like you're starting to flog the players to death.
Yeah, well, they've just had 3 months off getting paid, man.
No, I know that. I hear that, but you know, so many games in quick succession.
No, I get that. Like, so you've got a different fixture list to what I looked at. I looked at a different website, and none of the games were all being played on. Like, all teams would play on the same day over the course of 6 weekends, and I think 5 weekends, and then 1 midweek. But you probably said it. Your list was probably pre the TV companies carving up the games. Yeah, that's true.
So, definitely that first week, you know, Man City play Arsenal. That's on Sky. Then the night after, the first 4 games, the first 2 games on the Wednesday, and then 2 more on the Friday, which is Norwich versus Southampton, Tottenham versus Man United. They're all on Sky.
Yeah.
Then when we move to the Saturday now, it's Watford versus Leicester, 12:30 kickoff on BT Sport. Brighton versus Arsenal, BT Sport. West Ham versus Wolves on Sky. And then Bournemouth versus Crystal Palace on BBC. Well, I give a BBC a right.
yeah. BBC have got 4 games for free, I think, haven't they?
Yeah. I'm looking at the games BBC have got. They seem to be quite minor games, although they do have the FA Cup quarterfinal, Norwich versus Manchester United. And then Amazon have got some of the games. So the list that I've got is where they've carved it up with the TV.
Yeah,
Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. For that first sort of, when it returns, there's a games every single day. They might overdo this. Because I know we ain't had football for ages, but people might be like, bloody hell, man, all right, now it's overkill.
That depends, because it depends the standard. I think from watching the Bundesliga first like opening weekend, that I remember the first game I watched, I was like, boy, they don't even want to touch each other. Like, and then as soon as somebody crunched into another player, it was like, right, we're on it now. Yeah, and then literally every team I watched in the first weekend was the same. The first 20 minutes were a write-off, but then after they got going, but I don't know, like, I don't want to be one to sit and mug the Bundesliga off, but that league is not great. Yeah, the top teams, like you said, are the top teams. The rest ain't all that. The Premier League, I think that if you put there's 18 teams in the Bundesliga. If you put 1 to 18 up against 1 to 18 in the Bundesliga, we'd slap most of them. Yeah, that's how good our league is. So I'm hoping that we've had better preparation in terms of our league and gone back. And by the time we actually play that game, I think it would have been about 6-7 weeks or something. We would have been in training. So I don't think the Bundesliga had that long. I think they only had about 3.5, 4 weeks, I think. So I don't think we're overdoing it. I just think like they want to get it done. And I think as a football fan myself, I mean, I can't speak for everyone else, but myself, I can't wait. I want to see proper football again. None of this like paddleball getting slapped 6-1 by Dortmund and stuff like who even are paddleball? And I don't even know who they are. Like, at least I know who Norwich are.
Yeah, we're more invested in those games. Ben Cook says, hi both. Lee, what are your thoughts on Aubameyang's contract and the fact that he could go for cheap? Annoying that yet again Arsenal Arsenal caught in this problem with contracts. Even thought it was said that they would be sorted out. Also, I think a friendly against West Ham could be good access to fitness. By the way, Arsenal linked to over 130 players. We know all about that. So a few questions in there.
I'll start with the Aubameyang contract. The journalist, I think Fabrizio Romano, who called Pepe before anybody, and had all the other journalists backtracking, and after they all said we ain't got the money, then they all went, oh, actually Arsenal are buying him. He came out the other day and said that the deal's been on the table since December. Yeah, so for me, I'm looking at that going, well, hang on a minute. December that was there. January, you said in your programme notes for Leeds United, you love the club, you don't listen to rumours in the media, X, Y, Z. Yeah, we're now set nearly on the, we're in June now, and you still haven't signed that. Yeah, for me personally, I don't think he's going to sign. And if he doesn't sign, I'd stick an ultimatum on it. This should have already been done, Robbie. That club have had, for me, nothing. I know they've not had nothing to do. They are doing stuff behind the scenes. How can you not sign him up for a deal when you've been at home for 3 months? It's not like you're day-to-day busy. Yeah, you can liaise with his agent, or your agent liaises with their agent, etc., etc., etc. Then when you go back into training, the contract's there. You go in and sign it. Yeah, same with Bukayo Saka. How can we give that guy? He's on $3,000 a week. How can you not sign him up to a deal when you're going to make him a multi-millionaire on that contract? Yeah, how can you not do that? I do think he'll leave. And if I was Arsenal, if he don't sign before the 29th of June, I'll tell him straight up for sale. Yeah, because then he goes into that last year, maybe even earlier than that. But yeah, as for the West Ham friendly, I think that's a bad idea. I think we're playing Palace as well. I think that's a bad idea. I would carve the squad up into 2. Yeah, 11 against 11 and do it at Colney. Yeah, because if you go into a tackle, let's say Aubameyang goes into a tackle with one of their players, ends up breaking his leg. Yeah, everyone's going to go, well, he done it on purpose. He's West Ham, or he's this, and it's just going to get messy if a player gets injured. If he does it in training with one of our players, you can go, okay, cool. Yeah. Imagine we lose Aubameyang in a game against West Ham that was a friendly game towards the start of this resuming of the season. That's a bad idea for me. That's not a good idea, mate.
Okay. Well, they've got to get fit, though, haven't they?
Yeah, but do it against 11 at Colney. Against yourselves.
Ivan Candy says, hi, Robbie. Thank you so much for your hard work on the channel through this lockdown. It's the only thing that's kept me sane. You're the 3rd emergency service. I ain't been called that before. Now, that's a nice compliment. Thank you very much for that. Patriot Stephen, a funny one. He says, do you keep or sell? Also, thoughts on George Lewis. I don't know. I thought you meant, do you keep or sell George Lewis? I'm just saying he's only just starting to come in, the kid. He's getting a lot of stick off of Claude on Monday.
Yeah, thoughts on George Lewis, for me, the guy was born in Rwanda. It says visit Rwanda on the T-shirt. This is another Takuma Asano. Yeah, come on, man. Right, he's also not going to get a game for.
That's the same thing Claude was coming off of. True. How do you know?
Because he's going in the under-23 squad. If he was that good, I've seen people, including you as well. I got a bone to pick with you, Robbie. Right? You were comparing it to the Martinelli deal, yeah? Right. This is how it's completely different. Martinelli was training with Brazil's national team, the first team, yeah, when he was in the 4th tier of Brazilian football, right? He's now bagged 10 goals for Arsenal Football Club in his first season, right?
Did you expect that?
No, I didn't. But actually, to be fair, I didn't. When I see that he was training with Brazil national squad, I thought, well, you don't do that unless you're special, yeah. And then I got the heads up on him from somebody I know who lives out that way. And he's a journalist for ESPN. And he told me, like, yeah, this kid's special. So he has proven that to me, Martinelli.
I mean, the reason why I was comparing the deals, right, is because just like this, Martinelli was playing not even in the top tier of Brazilian football.
Yeah.
He came from nowhere. No one knew. He had trials at Man United, turned down, right? This kid as well. Nobody knows who he is. He's lived most of his life in Norway, not Rwanda. He's Rwandan heritage, yes.
Yeah.
Everyone's putting 2 and 2 together. Oh, Rwanda, fly Rwanda. Yeah, he must be.
It's very convenient, though, isn't it? Come on.
I think that originally Martinelli was signed to go into the youth team as well. It's just that, he came in pre-season and looked brilliant pre-season, and then they just said, you know what, let's throw him in the first team. He's that good.
Do you think he's going to be any good, this George Lewis guy? Do you think he's
going to? I don't know. I can't pass any judgment on it because I've never seen him play.
Right, exactly. And this, I looked at, when you look at YouTube compilations, it's very hard to, we see Yaya Sanogo ripping it up on YouTube, right? If he comes in and he starts tearing it up, then it's a masterstroke, isn't it? Yeah. He's free. It's not going to be on massive wages, but I look at it as either another Cohen Bramall, or another Asano type signing. If he comes in, great, and then he does it, great. I don't think he's coming in and taking Saka's place or Martinelli's place anytime soon, or Pepe's.
You know who Saka was before the start of the season?
Is he better than Pepe, Saka, Martinelli, or Nelson? No.
Hold on. When you're there having a pop at me, Saka, he was in the under-23s. Did you know that he could come through into the first team and do something?
He weren't good enough, if I'm honest. I said loan him out. I'm honest enough to admit that, Robbie.
All right. Pratik says Arsenal wouldn't get top four in the Bundesliga, to be honest. Leipzig made Tottenham look like amateurs, and they're the same as Arsenal. And then he doesn't even mention the fact what Bayern absolutely destroyed Chelsea as well. So your thing when you were saying about the Bundesliga,
they've done 7 past Tottenham at the White Hart Lane, didn't they, Bayern?
Yeah.
They've done 5 past us 3 times in a row.
Yeah, so this in the Bundesliga might not be a good idea, Lots of people saying that Chelsea have signed Timo Werner, right? And they're like, but you know what? If that is true, and there's another one, Chelsea signed Timo Werner, and that's being reported heavily. But if that's true, that again makes it another place where Aubameyang won't be headed.
That's true. Yeah, because
his options are really reducing by the day, aren't they?
Well, the thing is, somebody said to me the other day, do you think he'd go to Chelsea? Yeah, so I thought, let me put that on my Insta and let me ask everyone. Yeah, so I did it, and loads of people go, no. I can see him going there. Yeah, they've got a lot of money to spend because they've had 2 years without any transfers being allowed. They need a striker because Tammy Abraham, although I think he's a good player, Tammy Abraham, he's not Aubameyang level. Yeah, they've got the money to pay him, and they can pay the fee, and he don't have to move. Yeah, it's an ideal, and they've got more chance of winning a title in the next couple of years than we have. So I could see him going there. I think Werner's going to. I've seen a lot of people saying Werner to Chelsea because of a tweet that was put out earlier. I think I still think Werner's.
Sky announced it as well. But I haven't got it confirmed yet. But I just look on it and say, well, that means Aubameyang won't go there. So, Werner is a good player.
Werner's quality. Oh, yeah, he is the real deal, that guy. So I think he's only 24, isn't he? He is absolutely class. Yeah, that's the kind of player we need, Robbie. That'd
be a big sign. And, of course, and that would be a real statement by Chelsea. Already, that's like 2 players now. 2 quality players, because remember, they bought Ziyech as well. So that's Ziyech and Werner. All of us are starting to look like a different proposition, and they're already ahead of us as it is in the league. So that'd be a good sign. And I mean, how is it that all right, I know that the fact that they didn't buy anybody because of the transfer ban, but those are big moves when you consider the whole coronavirus thing. That must be the owner sanctioning that and saying, don't worry about the coronavirus, we're still going to spend. And we saw today, I don't know if you saw the reports today, that Spurs have had to take out £175 million CFF government loan to tide them over, and they've already said that none of that money is going to be used on players. That's just going to be used on the stadium, which they've got massive loans that they're having to repay. So Chelsea might really better take advantage of the situation.
I think I read that story about Tottenham, and I read that by the end of this month, Tottenham would have lost £200 million in revenue by not playing. Yeah. So obviously they've got nearly all of that back. They were absolutely destroyed for trying to furlough their staff, and then they U-turned on that. So they've obviously kept paying out all of their staff, all of the players, everyone else, out of their own money, essentially. So you can, as a business, go in and get this loan. I think it's 0.5% interest, and it's not tied down. It's an unsecured loan. So if they default on it, they're not going to have their stadium taken away. But no, all jokes aside, I think it's a masterstroke. If I'm honest, Arsenal should go and do it, because that then pays back the money you've paid out for all of your staff. By which time you've still got your revenue streams coming in when football comes back to normal, which means you can still go and do signings. I think that's a masterstroke.
But they might lose more.
I think that's quality.
They're saying they might possibly lose more than that. And that loan does have to be repaid next year. I mean, I think you can apply for an extension, but it does really have to be repaid by next year. I mean, they're in a lot of problems, Chelsea. Tottenham, sorry. Because of that stadium, they were relying on hosting that fight with Anthony Joshua.
Yeah.
There were concerts, NFL games, all of that's gone. You know, and as I said, none of that 175 million is going to be used on players, they've said.
Yeah, is that the case though? We don't know, do we? You know, you watch, they'll go and do 175 million quid on transfers this summer and win the league.
I don't think so. They never used to do that on transfers, even when they had the money.
No.
Andrew Chow says, how far have Arsenal fallen now? Chelsea get Ziyech and may get Werner, 2 players bought before the summer. Where's the links with Arsenal and the players? We've got to remember, Andrew, they sold, as this guy says, Hazard money, 100 million, Morata, 40 million, Bakayoko, 40 million. But they had that transfer ban. They didn't buy anybody.
Their net spend Chelsea in the last 5 years is £100 million.
Yeah, so they're catching up now. They literally, that is going to look, it's always going to be like that transfer ban done them a favour, because it allowed them to bring in a load of young players, and they've been able to see that they've got some really good players in their academy. And then now they're adding to that. So they could come out of this looking in pretty good shape.
I've said this a lot. I think they're going to challenge next season, 100%. They've spent last 5 years 600 mil. They've recouped 500. They've got so many youngsters that they loan to Vitesse Arnhem, right? And then they flog them all off for 5-10 million quid. What a fantastic business model. They're going to come unstuck with that now, because I think by the end of this year, you can't sign an overseas player under the age of 18. Yeah, so you have to sign them from your home country. But they've made an absolute fortune out of that, Chelsea, and that's why their books are balanced and why they can go and do a load of money this summer.
Max Baker says, they're all coming on now, all the bloody Chelsea.
Let me burst their bubble for them, yeah? Because they're all saying that Werner signed for Chelsea. Fabrizio Romano, yeah? Very good journalist. Liverpool still have
your go-to guy, isn't it? Fabrizio Romano.
Trust me, that guy is a don, bruv. Yeah, he is a don. He's a bigger don than Don Robbie. He says that Chelsea are ready with an official bid. Yeah, they haven't signed him. They're ready with an official bid. That and if Liverpool do not match it in the next few hours, he will then discuss terms with Chelsea. Yes, we ain't signed yet. Like, calm down, Chelsea.
We've got Super Frankie Lampard. He knows exactly what we need. Tamori at the back, Tammy in attack. Chelsea going to win the Champions League. Jesus. Chill out, bro. Chill, man. Bringing it back down to Earth right now. Ash 2 says, hello, Robbie. When clubs are signing Werner and already have signed Ziyech, and we are talking about Sada, Zenit player, really small mentality. We need to go for better. Thoughts? Again, Martinelli. Did you know who Martinelli? Yeah, I mean, you never know, man. You can pull out. But I hear what you're saying.
At the same time, that lad's spot on. Ash,
Yeah,
very good comment, right? Because it's true. Chelsea signed Ziyech in, I think it was January for the end of the season, the end of this season, right? Why didn't we go for Ziyech? Yeah, that wasn't a lot of money. It wasn't massive money. It wasn't 100 million. It was like 30 million, I think, 35 million. We're now looking at the lad from Brentford, Ben Rama, for the same money. Well, which one would you rather have? The geezer at Brentford's decent. I'd rather have Ziyech, thank you. Why didn't we go for him? Why didn't we go for Bruno Fernandes? What a player he is. We should have been going for that. Werner again, another one. But this is Arsenal, mate. We'll be bigging up George Lewis and Saliba and Marie next season.
Let's keep hold of what we got first. But you've got to recognise the fact that Chelsea do have an advantage at the moment in the fact that, as I said, that transfer ban, they didn't remember that. They've not bought no players for 2 windows. If you can't really include Ziyech because, that. But they didn't buy nobody in January, didn't buy no one the window before. So they've got the money now to buy players. They've got that money put by, even with this pandemic going on. Lieutenant Allen says mathematically the top 5 would be most likely be Liverpool, Man City, Man United, Chelsea, Arsenal, due to squad depth and ability to play in tight fixtures. You've got to put Man United in there as well. I think, their squad is going to benefit them a lot in this running. And the fact that they've got now Pogba back as well, so they're definitely going to be in the running. Winston Bradley says Man United could challenge 2. Both United and Chelsea have young sides. Maximus says Martinelli is nothing special. Been our average players. He scored a fluke goal against Chelsea because Kante slipped. Whoa, that was a brilliant goal.
He must have missed the other 9 goals Martinelli scored.
Huh?
He must have missed the other 9 goals Martinelli scored this season.
Yeah, look at all some of them brilliant headers and that. He's what do you mean he's nothing special? Even Jurgen Klopp said this guy's one of the best young players in the world right now. They did a thing the other day, most valuable young players. He's in it, in that top 10. So nobody's overhyping him. He deserves the hype. He's good. Gouda Gamer TV says we should put in for Pat Gay. His agent said he's open for offers. Pat Gay comes from the same academy as Pogba, Riyad Mahrez, Dimitri Payet, just to name a few. He should be quality. And I remember we had somebody from Get French TV on, and they were like, they can't understand how nobody's looking at this guy. He was comparing him. He was comparing him to like Ndidi and Kante. He goes, he's a very, very good defensive midfielder, and he'd be very cheap.
Robbie, didn't he sign for Watford? I'm sure.
Yeah, he signed for Watford, but the whole
illegal or something. Like,
yeah, and it looks like he's not going there now. It's just been a real mess. But yeah, you might have to. What's your guy's name again? What's his name?
Fabrizio Romano.
What's Fabrizio's name?
Robbie, when he says here we go, it's done, bruv. It's done.
Give him a call.
Right, let me tell you a story, right? Let me tell you a quick story, right? I landed on the 13th of July at Malaga Airport, yeah? I get off the plane, I turn my phone on, my phone's going nuts, yeah? Right? And I'm like, why is everyone taking... Arsenal in talks with Pepe for 72 million. I said, no, you're chatting rubbish, right? So I looked at this guy's tweet. He's tweeted it. He's going, it's done. About an hour later, Ornstein goes, Arsenal are not in for Pepe. They haven't got 72 million. Then everyone else is going, no. 2 days later, they're all backtracking. Pepe's on his way to Arsenal. That guy, he called Igalo staying at Man United until January. It then got announced the next day. The geezer's called loads, man. He's a wicked journalist, mate.
So what else has he called him?
I know. He
said Aubameyang is
on the spot now. I'm sure the chat room will tell you. He has called loads. When he tweeted, what about our reliable source, Claude? Who called Mate, that's going to come back to haunt him, I'm telling you, mate. That is
he's definitely saying.
Yeah, his sources told him, mate. His sources told him.
Amro says, I couldn't care less about the big-name players now. I just want a well-drilled, cohesive team, and I believe Arteta will achieve that. Just look at LCFC. It's true, you do need a cohesive team. It's not just about loads of mega names. We've got a lot of very good big names in the team already. It's just about getting it right, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's
So
a fix, we know.
the thing is, right, let me ask you a question, right? If we ditched off most of the ones that have been here for 4 or 5 seasons and threw a kid in every position, so like put Maitland-Niles at right back instead of Bellerin, put Willock in midfield instead of Xhaka, put a kid out the academy at centre back, for example, yeah, right, and then we finish 15th. Would you mind if you could see us like that's where we want to go? We want to get rid of all of that, and we want to start building something going forward.
As long as I see progress.
Yeah, but if we went to 15th, offer that.
Sorry.
No, go. I was going to say if we did that and got rid of all of these players that have been here for, my opinion, too long and ain't good enough, and got rid of them all and put a Willock in, a Maitland-Niles, a Tierney, a Saliba, Marie maybe, Saka, Martinelli, yeah, a Pepe. Then your benches Smith, Rogan, Doozy, players like that. But we finished 15th, yeah, and you're like, right, let's start again with a base of young players that will run their backsides off for you instead of players that have got the money in the bank. They've made the career. Then you start kicking forward. If we finish 15th next season with that, but then we went and kicked on from there, would you have the ump with that?
I agree with this guy, Glamour. He says that experience is needed. You always need a bit of experience in the team. Listen, I want to see progress, but I think if you threw all those kids in there, it has a potential of going horribly wrong, right? And throwing a load of kids in there and finishing 15th could damage those kids for a long time because everybody's going to be slating them. Oh, he ain't good enough. Oh, you know what I mean? You got to bring those kids in, some of them slowly. So you do need those experienced heads. That's why I think players like Xhaka does play, because he's a vastly experienced player. He's not achieved what he should have achieved, but he's a vastly experienced player in there that you could put a young player next to. So
he'll teach you how to get away penalty.
What I would rather Arsenal do is bring in some quality. I do believe what you said is true. There are some players there that basically they've had their career. There's nothing really. They're not hungry no more. They're not hungry. We need to throw in a couple of quality players that are hungry. Because some of our older players, they're not hungry no more. I mean, I saw a thing today where they were saying that Ronaldo turned up for training 5 hours early because he wanted to do extra, and he's 34, but he's still got that hunger. But there's other players we've got. There's still quality, but I don't see that hunger there. And I want like talented players in that team that are hungry, but you've got to have some experience in there. Hence why I feel, there's a lot of talk of keeping David Luiz because of that. Because of his...
No.
You wouldn't keep him?
No way. He weren't good enough in the first place. No way.
You don't think that he adds... Listen, he's not what we want. Yeah, I want a Koulibaly or somebody like that in there. But realistically, right now, we ain't going to get that. So to me, it would make no sense at all getting rid of him because he's a very experienced player.
Robbie, when we played Olympiacos and Aubameyang scored that bicycle kick and we're all going mad thinking we're through, yeah? Straight from kickoff, the ball gets whipped in. This experienced guy, who's the most decorated player at our football club at the moment in terms of trophies, yeah? When the ball's coming in, he ducked, yeah? Get out. Off the back of that alone, get out, yeah? What are you teaching the players around you? You're the experienced guy. You've been there, done it, and won it. Yet you're ducking in stoppage time. And Aubameyang gave him the filthiest look in that game. Yeah, I'm sick and tired of players. And as soon as they have a couple of good games, Mustafi for me has been our best centre back. He still ain't nowhere near like good enough. Xhaka has 8 good games under Arteta, and everyone goes, "I'll give him a chance." No, he's been here 4 seasons. He's been an absolute liability. He's given away penalty after penalty, free kick after free kick. Yeah, he threw the armband. He's come back. He's had a couple of good games. Whoopie-doo. Where you been for 4 years? Yeah, get out. I'm sick and tired of going with, "I'll give Bellerin a chance under Arteta. Give this person a chance." No, if we're going to move forward,
get out if you've got somebody to come in and replace.
Yeah, but that's my point. I would put Ainsley Maitland-Niles at right back because for me, he's better defensively and he can cross a ball, right? But the problem we have is everyone sits and moans. This is what really winds me up at times. Everyone sits and moans about the ambition of the football club. The ambition starts with us. Yeah. Oh, give Bellerin another go. Give Xhaka another go. Oh, go on, give Mustafi another go. No. Let's have ambition and put some ambition forward to the club. Because if we all had the mentality that I have in terms of players I want and players I don't think are good enough, this football club would have a lot better teams. Yeah, but because we get a little bit soft and giddy when a player has 6 good games, I'll give him another go. We've been given another go for 4 seasons, mate.
We might also have nobody left. DJ Craig says, yes, we need experience, but the experienced players we have are the worst than the kids.
Yep.
They're the ones ruining their development. CM with Ozil, for example. Omar says Louise isn't good enough. Davin says, Robbie, what do you think of the Jamaican keeper, Blake? Do you think he can make it in Europe? I haven't seen him play. I'm gonna have to look him up. Marble Halls TV says Claude's sauce is kebab curry sauce.
Claude's been on the sauce. I swear.
Ashtor says, hello, Robbie. I agree. Experience is needed, but Chelsea have more young have a more young squad than any other Premier League team, and they're ahead of us in the table. You just need desire in the heart and a little bit more experience. Thoughts? But I think if Chelsea had had some experienced players, a bit more experience in their team this season, because they've lost a lot of games. They haven't, it's only because we've been so bad.
They're still 4th.
Yeah, they're still 4th, but I'm saying they need experience in that team. This guy says bring in Havertz and Guerrero. Now 2 mids. That would be brilliant. Dirk Kid says if Arsenal get Partey, he would put Werner in his back pockets.
See, look, we're already bigging up this guy before he's come. Just chill, man. Just chill.
Yeah. And Anfa says, who's the ideal partner for Saliba?
Ideal partner. Do you know what? Do you know what I would do? Yeah, I would either go and get the young boy Disassi. Yeah, because he's 13 million quid. He's young. He's part of one of the best back 4s in Europe this season. Yeah, and this is what I was saying about go with a young team. Yeah, go and put Maitland-Niles at right back or Max Aarons at right back. Go with them 2, Saliba and Disassi, and then go Tierney. That's about an average age of 22 or 20. You've got a team for 6 years there, a defence for 6 years.
Right.
What do I do?
William says, hi, Robbie, Grimsby fan here. Grimsby, we haven't had a Grimsby fan on before. Big up Grimsby Town. He says, here, in my opinion, Arsenal fans are too soft when it comes to Mesut Ozil. Well, he hasn't met Lee yet. He says, the guy is a disgrace. He needs to be chased out of town.
Yes, you tell him.
I didn't know you had friends in Grimsby.
Grimsby's a nice area, man. Mini cod and chips is £1 on the seafront, mate. So, yeah, very nice.
Raphael says, realistically, how much money do you think Arsenal can spend at the end of this season on transfers? And who all can or should we get in for that money? Realistically, what do you think we'll spend? I think we're going to have to sell to buy.
I'd say about 100, 110. But I think we will sell. We're going to have to sell centre backs. Yeah, we'll spend 100. We'll spend 100. Yeah. And this is the thing, right? We're talking about hang on.
100 what? 100 million?
Hang on, we're talking about Timo Werner. Hang on, we're talking about Timo Werner potentially going to Chelsea. Write Chelsea out the equation. Let's say he don't go there and he goes to Liverpool, right? Liverpool have got a self-sufficient business model. Their owner don't put any money in. The only money he's put into Liverpool is to build the new stand. We've spent 27 million quid less than them. They're going to go.
We've already been there. They've got the assets, so we ain't.
No, I know. No, what I'm saying is they've got 50 million quid to go and do on Werner if they want to. Yeah, we've got money. But what we'll be doing is going, let's renew Mkhitaryan's loan to swap him for Justin Kluivert. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Let's renew his contract and then we'll swap him on loan with an obligation to either team to buy it. We should be looking at it going, right, let's go and find some of the best young talent in the world, sign them up and build a team. The best thing we can do this summer, yeah, is write a check to Mr. Ozil for 18.2 million and say, see you later, bruv. Yeah, thanks for the hat trick against Ludogorets. It's time to say goodbye. Yeah,
Back on it again.
We will do. I'm telling you, Robbie, that is the big
45 minutes, but he's back on him again. We're coming to the end of the show anyway, so Ozil, guys, I mean, you ain't going to have much time to hate on him. I like this one from Junior. He says, "You sure this Italian geezer isn't the plug in disguise?" Yeah, these guys are on form tonight. I'm telling you, man. They're on form. They're on form tonight, right? Oh no, where's that super chat gone? We're running out of time on the show. We got to go in a minute because Lee's also got another stream he's got to jump onto. John says, "I wonder how Ozil would do if you loaned him out to Wycombe Wanderers."
Well, one thing's for sure, yeah, his back could start hurting again because it ain't under Arteta. It's a miracle of science, people. His back has miraculously healed itself. Has he been out injured? Has he been out injured or had any complaint about his back since Arteta played him in 12 out of 14 games? Nope. But every time it was an away trip north of Watford Gap, yeah, oh, my back, mate. Oh, I can't go to that one because he was allowed to do it. Yeah, he was allowed to get away with it. He was allowed to take the mick. He ain't had a backache since Arteta's rocks up in December, mate. Yeah, miracle.
Listen, I remember when I was suffering from my back last year, man. Ain't no joke.
Robbie, I
forgave Ozil after that.
Robbie, I've got osteoarthritis in my discs. Yeah,
well, then you know then. So
yeah? I've also got a double curvature of my spine and sciatica. Ozil can't tell me nothing about backache, bro.
So you know how debilitating a backache is. You know.
Backache. There's nothing wrong with his back. Anyways, let's talk.
How do you know? Well, you're physical now. Ray says we should get Kochu. Ozil's replacement is a must. And also faster DMF would be amazing. This Kochu guy has been linked as a replacement to Ozil.
He's decent. I think the lad Almeida, the South American lad, he's decent as well. I'd rather him than Kochu. I'd take either. I'd take Gunnosaurus at number 10 at the moment, mate, if I'm honest.
Yeah. What's Fabrizio saying about it? Rohit says, I'm a Chelsea fan. Love your shows, Robbie. I'm here in the US. I look forward to your videos every day. Keep up the good work, mate. By the way, Chelsea, biggest club in where? In America? No. The biggest club in London.
A lot of Chelsea fans in here tonight. What's that all about?
It's the Werder thing, man. It's got
they come to gloat.
Yeah. Michael says Arsenal ain't spending this summer. How can a club that has made their players take a pay cut gonna spend this summer? Doesn't make any sense. Maybe swap deals, and those are highly unlikely. I mean, they already have said there's going to be a lot of swap deals and loan deals, and
well, we'll see. At the end of the day, Arsenal always put out into the media that they're skint. They do it every single summer. 40 million budget. Yeah, every summer. Yeah, we've done 140 million last summer, albeit we didn't pay it out up front. But you know what? That Pepe deal highlighted to millions of people exactly how transfers work every single day of the week. Unless you're doing a buyout clause, you pay over installments. Yeah, and that deal proved that, and that highlighted how some of these journalists have took the mick and said we're penny pinching in that for years. So, yeah, man, it was good that finally came out.
I don't think we're going to do that sort of money this year, though. This coronavirus thing is very real. Like the guy said, you know, we've got players taking pay cuts and stuff like that. You can't see, you know, that sort of money. Same Zaber says, Robbie, Chelsea offer more than 200K. I think it must mean per week for Werner, and also they are even that desperate to sign him that they've already given Leipzig all £55 million at one time, not like Arsenal installment nonsense. So that's sort of he's sort of coming back at you just said.
Just to let people know,
I agree with me. Installments is a regular thing.
Yeah, mate. Liverpool are still owed 60 million for Coutinho, who left years ago. Like, come on, man. Hazard's not been paid in full to Chelsea. He's just on a wind up, that bloke, isn't he?
All right, we've got a couple more to do here.
Yeah, you'd sell it.
Romano is the truth. Stop hating Robbie. You know what? I'm going to start going through all these guys. Rumors.
I'm telling you, he is the best one out there. He will not say it's confirmed or anything's like done. But when he says it's done, and then it comes out. Yeah, he's quality, man.
So what has he given? What has he told you?
He ain't told me nothing. I read it on his Twitter. I don't know him. You're going on like I know the guy.
Oh, you know the guy. I thought he's your mate. The way you're talking is like you know him.
You're a wind-up every time.
Jonathan says, Chelsea ruined strikers. Remember Shevchenko, Morata. Come on, mate. The other thing is about Werner. He's good, but the way I hear some people carrying on about him, I don't think he's better than Aubameyang.
Who would you rather have? If you had to pick one now, who would you rather have?
Aubameyang. I know Werner's young. Obviously, Werner, the age and all that. But, right, look at Aubameyang's record since if Werner comes in and does that, wow.
Do you know what? I never really got the hype about Werner until they played Tottenham. Yeah. And then
the chances in that game.
Yeah, but his movement, 1 minute he's on the right-hand side, then he's on the left, then he's up front, then he's dropping deep in midfield, then he's in behind. The geezer's the real deal, man. And if he goes to Chelsea, well, they're going to go and try and challenge for a title this season. If he goes to Liverpool, I've said this before, right? If he goes to Liverpool, I'm not so sure that would be the right move for him, right? Because Firmino is the link between them wingers.
Yeah, I don't think you get a regular game there.
I think he'd get a game, and I think he'd score a lot of goals, but I think he'd take away the goals from the two wingers. So would they go on and win star? I don't know.
Oh, this guy says Werner is better. Look at Aubameyang's got. Everybody just focuses on his age.
Yeah.
Look at his goal scoring record throughout his career. Werner doesn't compare. And I'm sorry, and to me, Aubameyang does not play like a 31-year-old player. He plays like a guy of 25 as well. He's quicker than Werner. More instinctive in front of goal.
Whoa, hang on. He's quicker than Werner.
He's quicker than Werner.
Did you not see Johnny Evans catch Aubameyang up this season?
Oh, well, shut up, man. So you
he did.
Go and ask Fabrizio. He will tell you. He's quicker than Werner.
You're just jealous because I called him a Don. That's all it is. Like,
go ask Fabrizio. He'll tell you, mate. Right? Peter says Werner is a good striker, but a lot of people have said he's got attitude problems. And the Paradisic says Werner's finishing is poor, but his positioning is decent. Well, we had a player just like that, didn't we? Who's still at Chelsea, Giroud. Great positioning and hold-up play, but his finishing, I'd rather Aubameyang. I'll tell you the truth.
No, trust me. Listen, I think Aubameyang's been absolutely class. His movement in the box is fantastic. Yeah, Werner's 7 years younger than him, so you can't compare their careers anyway, right? But I just look at it and think like, I didn't get the real deal. Everyone hyped Werner. When I've watched him, I get it now. I think the missus is burning the house down.
Yours and mine.
I think it's here.
Right, well, listen, we're gonna do one last one. Let me see if Fabrizio's jumped in there.
You're a joker.
If he's slid in there. All right, we're gonna do one more. We're gonna do one more before his house burns down. God, I'm trying to get one because the Werner guys are here in force, man. Oh yeah, go on, one backing me up here. He says, take me back. Says Aubameyang has been playing out of position with second-rate players around him. It's true. He's not even playing right down the middle, and he's still bagging them in.
Blame the Messiah, Mikel Arteta, then.
Lee, listen, absolute pleasure having you on again. Thank you for coming on. I know you're going to tell everyone you're out where they can find you.
Firstly, thanks for having me on again. Appreciate it as always. We always have a laugh. You always rip me apart at times as well. But...
What do I do?
And do you know what? I'm going to tell these guys as well. Yeah, Robbie fully changed his T-shirt before he came on because we were both wearing the same shirt.
It's true. Look, I've got it. Yeah, I wanted you to look good. You know what I mean?
Thanks, mate. I appreciate it. But yeah, thank you, Robbie. And listen, yeah, I'm going to go and do a members stream on my channel. So my channel's Lee Gunner. If you want to go and subscribe to that, I'll be back on that for everyone else at 9 o'clock. So yeah, thanks very much, Robbie. I appreciate it. Thanks to everyone.
Check out Lee Gunner's channel. Thanks, Lee, for coming on, and thanks to everybody as well for watching the show. Don't forget, we'll be back in the morning at 10 o'clock. And thanks for coming to me early tonight. I know it was a little bit earlier than the normal show, so thank you very much.